Hey, I'm Nikki,
I'm Kat.
and we're Cat and Mouse Astrology. Welcome to the new moon in Virgo again.
Eclipse season. I've been having a rough time eclipse season. I'm just like kind of on edge and at the end of my rope patience wise.
Yeah, yeah. It's way, 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 way too much on a pile of too much.
That's exactly what I was telling my children the other day. It's too much.
Yeah,
I need help.
yeah, yeah. So we've been dealing with the pile of too much for a while, but when too much gets dropped back on you when you're not done with the first pile of too much,
Yeah, it's just too much.
too much, too much. So this moon is the do-over for Virgo. And so that's interesting from the concept of Virgo because Virgo is, organizing and handling um, our our everything, right? I mean, it's the Mercury ruled sign. It's the separating the wheat from the chaff. I mean, it's literally counting fuzzballs on the floor.
Like we're used to taking care of everything as Virgos.
Yes,
But there's just too much of everything.
yeah, and Mercury has been, afflicted. Mercury is the one ruling Virgo, taking care of all the details. And when the details, are messed up by Neptune,
Mm,
right? But then
mm,
Saturn is over there willing to hit you with a stick for being
hmm.
wrong. But how did you know you were wrong? Because Neptune is going, haha, you don't know what's going on.
And are you even wrong, or are you just being hit over the stick because you're saying the wrong thing?
There you go. That's where we are.
That's where we
Welcome,
are.
welcome to fascism in America.
Welcome to fascism in America.
Not funny. I'm going to share the chart though. Let's see what we get here. It is a big kite.
Antifa for life.
Antifa for life. Ah, yes, we are not for fascism. Um, no, it's not the thing we want to be for. If you legalize the people who don't want to be fascists, what are you saying? Actually,
I know.
yeah, it's very interesting.
They're just so dumb.
Yeah, but this too will pass, and we know that because astrology tells us so.
And experience.
At
No,
experience.
no empire
So
forever.
yeah, yeah. But right now we're seeing, this is a culmination point, and it's a huge change. It's at 29 degrees. We're on the cusp of a world point, which is 1 degree of Libra, and this change that is imminent and is happening at us right now, all around us, is opposite Neptune and Saturn, and that's a big tug of war. Reality and illusion together, opposite, are trying to have illumination about what's going on.
Right. I mean, to me, it's so obvious what's going on. Like just completely transparent. But I've been working with astrology for several years now, so
Right. And this new moon is shining a light on that opposite corner over there on the Pisces area of our life. So
mhm.
to look at it in a personal way, what's going on, what's your Pisces house?
Yeah,
Is it your first house, second house, third house? That's going to make a big difference in how, where this access is for you. For
yeah,
me, it's the 12th and 6th access. So
right.
what's going on in my work life is definitely having an impact on my psychology, my ability to get time alone, to refresh, to create. And I feel that struggle right now. I can't be busy over here working and create.
Mm.
They're opposed.
Is that why I had to take today off of work?
Maybe.
Because I'm the opposite.
Right. Oh, there you go. Exactly. So you're doing it from the Virgo sixth house,
Yes.
Pisces in the
12th house.
12th
Yeah.
house. Right. So people that are dealing with this from, the perspective of Pisces in their second house, well, then it's money, your money opposite other people's money, and where, whether it's the second house or the eighth house, that's the struggle. Your financial obligations, your resources versus other people's contributions, whether or not they do. And if it's a third house, then it's, your neighbors, your family, your close at home space, small communication versus the big communication and the higher learning. There's again that pull, that tug of war between maybe, in the ninth house, you've got big ideas, but you've got people in your house making you stay small.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. Fourth house, there's your family opposite your career. If your home life is interfering with your career or vice versa, your career is interfering with your home life, causing that tug of war, that pull. And then finally, if it's the fifth house and the 11th house, it's your children or your joy opposite, what you do out in big groups or your affiliations and your memberships. Again, opposed, at odds. So we're all feeling this tug of war, like you said, and it feels like it's too much.
Really intense. And then you've got Chiron opposite Mars. You've got Jupiter trining the black moon. Like those are, and then you've got Uranus in a square to Venus. Like all of that is a lot.
It is a big lot. I mean, it is, especially when you see that we've got that Mars opposition is getting closer and closer. So that's going to be interesting. Do I have that backwards? Is it closer? I think it is. We're really at odds here is what the deal is. The magic trine that's going on, the small trine that's part of a larger trine, right? Between Pluto, Uranus, and this moon does offer a way forward and hope. And we are moving into a period next summer, next July, where these trines, this harmony between the Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus is going to really hum. So that, I mean, I feel like
exciting.
We keep our aim in sight, and that's what the kite is telling us.
Yeah.
To keep our aim in sight, then as we move into this future we are creating, we can use these positive elements to pull it off. But there's a whole lot we're dealing with, and a big thing that I recommend people check out is Chris Brennan's on the astrology podcast, talks about Uranus with Nick Dagan Best, and Uranus in Gemini for 7 years.
Oh, shit.
Uranus entered Gemini for 7 years in 1776. Uranus entered Gemini for 7 years in 1860.
Okay.
Gemini for 7 years in 1942. That's when we got involved in World War II. The United States stepped in. And now here's Uranus back in Gemini. So,
well, bring on the revolutionariness in the homelands.
Yeah. It's but things are different. We're in a digital age, and it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing.
Right.
It could play out in ways that are more.
Let's hope it doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's more of a cyber metaphysical, which is also not fun, but it doesn't have to be limbs lost. Anyway, that's where we are. So let's take a look. What do we have for what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the moon?
Start with the new moon.
And again,
it's Virgo.
It's the second moon in Virgo.
Okay, it's a good one. Having an urgent task to complete, a person doesn't look away to any distractions.
Love that. We read it a second time. It's got two of them there.
Yeah. Having an urgent task to complete, a person doesn't look to any distractions.
Well, here we are. Time to pull that arrow back and aim. Shoot
You know,
straight.
and I've been thinking a lot lately about like how the attention has been captured, how our attention has been captured, and like how we're so distracted, and so much of the trauma that we're going through and the too muchness is the way that we're just like constantly they're trying to distract us all the time.
Yeah,
Like, oh, here's some new bit of information. Here's some new atrocity. Like, oh, but look over here. Oh, wait, with squirrel. Here. No. Oh,
right.
oh, oh, oh.
Exactly. Squirrel. And so staying focused and following this moon's message
Yeah,
is really the way to not only address our larger issues, but to address that personal mess we're dealing with
that's
on
right.
how to get out from underneath the too much.
Right. What
Yeah,
is the urgent task? You know what it is,
exactly.
and focus on completing it. Don't let the distractions get to you. I guess that's the lesson for the weekend,
That's it. Bam. And not just the weekend, but for the next 6 months.
the next 6 months.
This is an eclipse. So this has taken us forward for 6 months here.
Yeah.
So what about 29 Pisces?
This is the one about idealism. The majestic rock formation resembling a face is idealized by a boy who takes it as his image of greatness, and as he grows up, he begins to look like the rock formation face.
Wow. How we grow into our ideals.
How we grow into our ideals. Yes. And
And
how our
those ideals
ideals
might
are
be
like ingrained in us in our youth.
right. And those ideals may be wrong,
They might be, you know,
but they're there ingrained and we're solidified like rocks.
right? I mean, how else do we have white nationalism but people like growing up in it and not getting out of it?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense otherwise at
It
all.
doesn't make any sense. It's
Right.
completely irrational.
Children aren't born to hate.
No.
Now, this is a retrograde Saturn. So what's 28? It's going backwards.
Light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism.
That feels right.
The rainbow.
Moving from one to the other. Read that a
Yeah.
second time, please.
Light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism.
I like that. You aim correctly and you get the kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Which is also like a shift in perspective. Like you got to line things up right to get the perspective shift, to get that refraction.
Exactly.
Right, which is sometimes a reframing. Like I was so frustrated that like nobody mowed the lawn for all week, even though I asked like every day I mentioned how the lawn needed to be mowed. And I was so frustrated. And then the clouds parted yesterday afternoon after the rain, and the raindrops were trapped in like the overgrown grass leaves and weed leaves, and then the yard was sparkling and it was beautiful, and I was like so glad nobody paid attention to me and hadn't mowed the lawn yet.
I saw a fun thing with the weather as it rained. When it stopped and the sun was shining and there was nothing dripping, but
Mm,
then there was just a slight breeze. You know how sometimes you'll look at a tree and just one branch will wave, the rest are still. You
yeah,
ever seen that? Well,
yeah.
I looked out at this tree across the way and it looked like a dog that was shaking itself off because the lower part of the tree just went shake, shake, shake. And what made me look at it was raining under the tree. It wasn't
Uh-huh.
raining anywhere else. The sun was shining, but it was raining pretty hard under the tree. It was like the tree just decided to shake itself off.
I bet it did.
It was very interesting. So there's that could be illusion, that could be a story. What's our Neptune also going retrograde at let's go with 0.
Yeah. 0 Aries.
Yeah.
A woman has risen out of the ocean, a seal embracing her.
Well, that's a wet symbol. Yeah, there's something, I mean, we're moving back into water. The
Mhm.
Saturn Pisces is together moving back to water. And sometimes I like to think of this as a dance. I mean, like, have you ever done one of those reels? I used to go to contra dancing where people line up and you don't have the same partner the whole night. You're not dancing with one person. You're getting tossed around to other people
Yeah, communal
by this
dance.
person. Yeah, like square dancing and stuff. So I see Saturn and Neptune are not always dance partners. They're very rarely dance partners, but they've entered this dance way last spring and held each other's hands and walked together from Pisces to Aries, did a
Hmm.
couple loop de loops to mess with our heads, and
Hmm.
now they're walking backwards, doing a little dance backwards
Yeah.
to let us know what we went through over the last uh it's 3 years we had with Saturn in Pisces. So I
Yeah.
think a good meditation is to consider how were you structuring or trying to structure or dealing with um, people saying no, dealing with restraint and, and such in your Pisces house over the last 3 years. And how are you being revisited by that? What have you learned? Because it's going to go back to that place again, and then you'll be able to move forward.
3 years ago, 2022, or is
Yeah,
it, or are we only like in year
24,
two?
25. Yeah, I mean, middle of 2022, Saturn moved into Pisces. It didn't
Okay.
conjunct with Neptune until later
Yeah.
in 2023, 4. I'd have to look it up. But it's been dancing together for well over a year now.
Hmm.
So I think that that's a good meditation is to consider what the structuring is that you're trying to do in this house of Pisces and how your imagination can help with your restructuring because you're
Yeah.
getting a second chance at all this.
Right.
There's also going to be a lesson here in are you deluding yourself about your ability to structure or put a foundation or stop something?
Mm. Or are you deluded about what you think the structure is and has always been? I think
Yeah,
that's a lot of what we're dealing with now. Like a lot of the trauma certain sections of the population are going through are like, oh, but wait, my idea of what we were and who we were isn't what I thought it was. Like we're not who we thought we were.
right.
And that's
Exactly.
hurting a lot of people right now.
Yeah, and look at the world, also being on a world point and this major configuration with the transpersonal planets,
Hmm.
Pluto and Uranus, what this is a collective reevaluation of our imaginal desires. Can I put it that way?
Yes.
I mean, look at the Constitution of the United States, which I used to think everybody agreed with, including people that didn't live here, right? Like freedom of speech, freedom to freedom of the press, freedom to
No,
gather, and so we're seeing
no.
that other people don't agree with those ideals anymore.
But the reality is that those other people who didn't agree have always been there. They've just taken power back. They used to be in power,
Right.
and there wasn't that long where they weren't in power. And I'm not even sure that there was ever a time that they weren't in power. They just let the leash a little bit for
Yeah.
a few decades.
So here we're getting a real light shining on this awareness. And that's probably what, the Uranus and Gemini look at. It's just at 1 degree.
Right.
Let's go there. Let's go to Uranus at 1 degree of Gemini.
Santa, yeah, Santa Claus filling stockings furtively.
Uh huh. Whose stockings?
Is it all imaginative? Is it
Well,
really parents?
some people are doing the big take,
Uh,
right? This opportunity of having the rules broken and the doors opened allow thieves into the building
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah. He's filling the stockings though, so there should be like an abundance to that symbolism. But there is also a like secretiveness and a hiddenness and a like things aren't what they seem.
And it's retrograde and
Uh,
and in conjunct Black Moon.
oh, yeah, okay,
So we've got something that we're not able to see that's hidden,
right.
both hidden and we're not able to see it because it's like around a corner. I mean, the inconjunct is not directly visible to us. So yeah, it's going to be, we'll have to keep an eye on the retrograde Uranus. What about, notice we've got the Uranus also in trine with the moon, so it's a big deal, but it's also in trine with Pluto.
Yeah, so
So,
Pluto,
yeah, and at the same, I mean, they're almost exactly the same degree, really, huh?
an unexpected thunderstorm.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Which fits
It's
very,
almost like that too much that we've been feeling is like when you feel a storm coming on
uh,
and there's just this extra pressure in the air.
the electricity in the air, and that's what
Mhm.
Uranus represents also is, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lightning strike.
Yeah.
And
That's
Pluto
good.
represents our, deep revolutionary, it's evolution and revolution in trine.
Hmm. Yes, evolution and revolution and trine.
So looking around the circle, which one would you like to do next?
Um, I would like to look at Jupiter and the Black Moon.
Okay.
21 Cancer for Jupiter. A young woman awaiting a sailboat.
Take me away. Take me away. This is too much.
Way.
I want to go
There's
sailing.
well, I want to go somewhere else from here. Oh, okay. And then the Black Moon 19. A woman drawing aside two dark curtains that close the entrance to a sacred pathway.
Yeah, keeping things even darker,
Hmm.
more obscured.
But there is a sacred pathway.
Right. There is a sacred pathway.
Yeah.
So what if we go to Venus also in trine with or in sextile with Mars?
Oh, yeah. Okay. 2 degrees
So not
Virgo.
my sign, but still.
Two guardian angels bringing protection.
I love that. We need
Wonderful.
that. That's in Virgo. So that's a protection from this moon. And it's also very close to where the new moon was at earlier, the new moon in Virgo.
Oh, that feels so good to have two guardian angels bringing protection and the opening of a curtain that reveals a sacred doorway feels like
Yeah.
really promising.
Yeah. That's like keep your aims in sight and don't be distracted because there
Right,
is protection involved in this.
right. But the lady's still waiting for the boat.
Yeah,
Like we're not there yet. The thunderstorm, the lightning hasn't struck yet.
exactly. And again, the Neptune Saturn conjunction happens next February, both direct at the 0 degrees of Aries. So we're actually, we can see what we're moving towards. We're
Hmm.
moving towards the actual conjunction of Saturn and Neptune, which has just been teasing. They've just been dancing together. They haven't actually connected yet,
Hmm.
but they're gonna. They came real close, but they're
Oh
going
my
to
God.
connect together. So what's our timeline? Next February, when this structure versus delusion hits its max.
Hmm.
But this eclipse, of
What is your
course,
task?
right? This eclipse is pointing us in that direction to what
Yeah.
those changes will be.
There is a sacred path to help you achieve your task. Guardian angels are on the scene.
Yeah,
Do not be distracted.
exactly. So what's the 29 Libra?
Three mounds of knowledge on a philosopher's head.
Well, is that interesting?
I don't even know what that means. What is a mound of knowledge on someone's head?
Well, you have the symbolism of three, which is
Yeah,
crucially important. I mean, from everything from the Trinity to everything before, all Christianity was had that three element. The three is
right,
a crucial number.
right. The
And
three worlds, yes.
the head represents the intellectual seat of power and three forms of intellect.
Hmm.
Ah,
I mean, pick
interesting.
and choose. I don't know. Like, are there three elements to your task?
It makes me think of things like truth, beauty, and justice.
Oh, that's nice.
What are the three main? Read it one more time.
Three mounds of knowledge on a philosopher's head.
If we're talking about philosophy in general, what are three main areas that have been considered throughout time philosophically?
I don't know. I'm not a
Truth,
philosopher.
beauty, and justice.
Truth, beauty, and justice.
Truth, beauty, and justice. So I don't know.
Service, integrity, and I don't know.
Right,
You can come up with all kinds of sets of three.
right.
Help you complete your task.
So what else do we have? We have the Chiron.
Chiron, yes. Chiron opposite Mars, 26 Aries. Through imagination, a lost opportunity is regained. It's
Ah,
like my favorite degree, I think.
I love that. Yeah. Read one more time just to get it in our heads.
Through imagination, a lost opportunity is regained.
See, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that again calls to keep aiming for what stay focused on what it is your desire is, your imaginal structure is.
Mm-hmm.
And so it can be created.
Mm-hmm.
We can make the imaginal real.
Right. We don't have to keep the status quo. We don't have to keep doing the same things we've been doing for 200 years. We don't have to keep the same constitution. Everyone else in the world changes their constitution regularly to keep up with the times. We don't have to keep this document written by some human traffickers.
Well, we could also could take it further and say it's not just freedom of press for some, but freedom of press for all, and freedom of speech for some, but freedom of speech for all.
Yes,
They were great ideals that those drafters came up with. It was only applied to white landholding men. That's the problem.
exactly. And
And
there are plenty of people who still think it only should be.
exactly. And that's where the change is happening because the woman is going to get on the boat
Yeah,
and
sailboat.
she's going to go sailing.
And she's got a seal with her, okay?
She's got a seal with her. We've got some intellectual philosophers. They're touting truth, beauty, and justice. We just have
There's
to keep
light
our aim
breaking
inside.
into a prism of colors.
I don't know. It's a pretty magical moon.
It's
Uh,
pretty.
Stay focused.
I feel better about it because it's been rough, but I feel like there's allies abound and relief is in sight. Just gotta not don't let them hijack your imagination and your attention.
Beautifully put. Let's end on that note.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody, with this moon, and see you next time.